Friday. That's all I've got to say. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. I'm back with the boys tonight, discussing all sorts of things West Ham. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you've all had a good week. Have we had a good week?
Yeah, I tell you what, I've just been exhausted. Like by the heat has just made me so tired this week. It's taken it right out of me. So that's pretty much been my week, is trying to stay awake.
Yeah, it's been terrible trying to sleep. I tell you, I've hardly had any sleep because of the heat. But yeah, no, it's been a decent week. You had a good week?
Me? I've had better, I must say, but it is what it is, you got to say. Dan, you're really close to the... What's going on with your camera? It was brilliant last week. I'll come back on. All I can see is your forehead.
What?
I can see you now. Okay. Was you just leaning in?
Yeah, I was just leaning in, adjusting the tripod.
Adjust it, because you're right off focus. You're right off centre.
I know. I was trying to get a little...
There we go. That looks a lot better. So, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, have you all had a good week? Are we drinking tonight? I ain't got a drink. I didn't have time to go and get one.
Well, no, neither did
Do you know what?
I didn't.
I am drinking, but I'm not drinking alcohol tonight because I've got to get up early to drive tomorrow. So I'm being a good boy.
Well
being
done,
a
mate.
good boy tonight. Yeah.
Congratulations.
I'm just having straight vodka in a pint glass. No, joking.
Yeah, I'll have to go and get one in a minute. Yeah, as I said, I've had better weeks, but it is what it is, mate. It's been hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been lovely.
Friendly.
I mean, well, do you know what? I ain't really been able to enjoy the heat because I work in an office and they put the aircon on in there and it's so cold. I have to wear a jumper in now.
Really?
Honestly, I see a polar bear in my work, put a fleece on, it was that cold.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, we ain't got enough air conditioning in our work. It's all right. It keeps it at a moderate temperature, but I like to be a little bit chillier. You know what I mean? I'm not great with the heat, to be quite honest with you. I think it comes from a fat days. I was just saying. I think like I've got a hoodie here. I think I've got to go down another size now.
Nice.
Yeah, getting skinny, man. But,
that's good.
Yeah, man.
Don't moan. That's what you wanted.
I know, mate. Yeah, I know. Of course. It just pisses you off when you have to fucking keep on changing your clothes all the time. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. You can get these available in our store if you want this. If you want this one, if you're a 3XL, come and give me a shit. You left this one.
Yeah. Come to Friday Night Pint and then Nicky will give it to you.
Yeah, I'll sign it and give it to you. I won't sign it. I won't sign it at all. Yeah, so let's get straight into it then, boys. What we talking about tonight? I'm in the garden tonight, so have you any background noise?
Yeah, I think obviously there's loads to talk about this week. I know you've done a couple of videos talking about it, but obviously me and Dan can give our version of what we think as well. The title tonight is obviously, is David Moyes at fault for us not doing business? Because obviously you see, I know a lot of people say obviously GSB all the time, and rightly so, but David Moyes is known to like want to target who he wants and sort of Dithering Dave, as they call him. So is he holding up our transfer business? Is it all free? It could be all free, you know?
It could be a combo because it's not like we haven't been like this since before Moyes come in. You know, we've seen it before. Yeah. So, and like I said, he had the reputation before he joined West Ham. So I think it's a combination of the three. And it's frustrating because we need to get quite a few players in, you know.
Yeah, I do like the fact that David Moyes wants to. I know we're running out of time, but I do like the fact that David Moyes doesn't just want to sign anyone. He wants to bring in the players that he wants. But as you said, we need bodies. We need bodies in, and we need them in sort of fast now because 3 weeks away. I mean, this might. We've uncovered a couple of gems in pre-season. I've been very impressed with some of the youngsters, but then that's not. I'm not saying that's the right thing, but we need to bring in at least 4 or 5, maybe 6 players before the end of this transfer window. And it's a lot of work to do in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, well, do you know what? From what I was just reading before I came on, it seems like we've got a lot of loan deals lined up. There's like talking about 3 players that we're looking to bring in on with loans with obligations to buy. And I think Abraham was one of them. Pereira was the other one, and I can't remember if it was Sam Johnston or someone else. It's all talking about loans obligations to buyers. That seems to be what they're trying to do.
The thing is, and I said this last week, them sort of deals I'm all right with. When there's a loan deal and we can buy them at the end of that deal, not like Jesse Lingard, we didn't have that in, but you can go and spend money in other areas then. So I'm not always against that sort of transfer business. I think it's quite smart business.
It's good if you can pull it off. I think it's good if you can pull it off. The problem is sometimes when you go in for that, you give other clubs a chance to come in with a better offer and maybe just go and buy the player outright. Then that's where you miss out.
Yeah, I think that's what option with a loan to buy is, that you have a deal set up at the end. So at the end of the loan, let's say they want 20 million, you pay the 20 million, it's done. So I bet if you don't want him, you send him back.
Yeah, it seems to be more in favour of the buying club than the selling club.
Yeah, try before you buy.
yeah, exactly.
I'm going to be on it. I'll tell you where I sit. I can't see it being Moyes. I can't see it. Now, I know he wants to do his due diligence and all of this sort of thing. And, you know, I know that he's been known to dither a little bit and all of that sort of thing. But, look, listen, if there's 80, 90 million pound on the table to go and spend, or even 70, whatever it was rumoured to be, 75 million or whatever, there's no manager on the planet, knowing that how thin his squad is, knowing that he ain't got a centre forward, there's no manager on the planet that's going to sit there and go, nah, do you know what? I think we're all right. You know, they're going to like identifying players and all of that sort of thing would have been done or should have been done. If it ain't been, it's ridiculous, because he went off to like work for UEFA in the summer over Euro 2020 and all of that sort of thing. But it should have been done towards the end of last season. Identify the targets, start making contact and all of that. Like, why we're sitting here in, what is it now, the 23rd of July, something like that?
Yeah.
23rd of July, with the season, you know, going to kick off in about 4 weeks' time, talking about, like, because I've heard stories today, like you have to take these stories with a pinch of salt. And I was talking to Ryan, you know, privately yesterday about it all and saying, like, you know, it's starting to worry me a little bit and all of that sort of thing. And he's just like, no, I think there's going to be people, I can't see him doing this, I can't see him doing that. And they're going to, you know, I've been reading things today about they're going to sit down quickly and have a quick half an hour meeting before he pisses off to Scotland. I can't see that being true, to be quite honest with you. And like, I put out my video yesterday and and I know Ryan laughed and all that, but I've enjoyed West Ham over the last year. It
just made me laugh the way you started the video, where you went, I've had a good season.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? I've enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the Euros as well. But it was always like the Euros has sort of taken my mind off of it a little bit, because I'm always at the back of my mind thinking they're not going to do this. Like, you know what I mean? We've got a great opportunity now, like, to go out and sign players and you know, we've got all of this time and all that, and we're just leaving it to the last minute once again. And I don't like it. I think it's ridiculous. I think they're already back in pre-season. You want to start bedding some players in. We've got a long campaign ahead of us. You've got the rumours circulating, and like a couple of in the knows have sort of confirmed it. But you know, you never know with these sort of things, like you know. But when players like Declan Rice are saying, like, well, they told me they was going to build, and they're not building, or you know, because he's got a little bit of more of an insight. Like, I never claimed to have an insight into the club. I never claimed to have an in the know. You know, I know a couple of people, but I wouldn't bother them with the information and all of that sort of thing, because, you know, that's not what this channel's about. And at the end of the day, if I knew something, we've got a big enough platform where we could spread it, and then that starts to make you something that I really don't want to be, and that's an in the know account. But like, I don't bother anyone. But when you start to get people like Declan Rice saying, like, do you know what? You said you was going to do this. You said you was going to do that. It's because he's got a little bit more insight into the club. You know, I can't see it happening. If there's any bids coming, just let me know. You know what I mean? Because Declan is he's not going to be in a rush to leave. If he sees some sort of progression, he's always going to leave us. Like, you have to sort of accept that he's always going to leave us for a bigger club. He's too good a player to stay around here for the long term. Unless something drastic happens. But when it gets to the season, when you're in Europe and that, and he starts saying, do you know what, this ain't happening, you've got to start to to take notice of that, saying like, well, people like me who has like reservations about it, it's starting to have some foundations to build on. Do you know what I mean? There's some foundations there. If he's actually said that, and like, there's no confirmation that he said it or not, but that's the way it's been perceived and all of this sort of thing. You have to start to take notice and start to think, what is going on? What is going on? When you see the likes of Aston Villa building and, a couple of other teams signing a few players. Palace are signing a few players, and Everton are signing a couple of players. And like where we are now, as we sit here today, we're worse off than last season because Haller's gone. You know what I mean? Like whether that worked out or not, he's gone. We've got Lingard in who come in to score the goals. And at the moment, we haven't got Lingard. So we've got to spend £30 million if that's the rumoured fee.
Anderson wasn't here last season, wasn't he? But he's gone.
No, I wouldn't even count Anderson. No. And because he wasn't here last year. But you've got to spend £30 million to even stand still. And that's without the strikers that we need, the midfield cover that we need, the extra centre-back that we need. They're looking at goalkeepers, which I think is mental, because I think there's a few positions that need strengthening before the goalkeeper. But you have to look at it now, and you have to say, what the fuck is going on?
The thing is, right, when you look at the signings, look at Everton. Look, they've signed 3 players this week. But look at the players they've signed. I mean, they're not well beaters, are they? I mean, Damari Gray, who couldn't even really get into Leicester's team, paid 1.5 million for. And Andros Townsend, okay, he's a proven Premier League player. And they've signed Begovic. I mean, I wouldn't be too worried. And with Crystal Palace as well, what you got to remember is Crystal Palace had 12 players out, 12, 13, 14 players, whatever it was, out of contract. So they're just replacing what's already been left. There's no one really spending big at the moment. But look, I'm not really worried about the other clubs. You're right.
The thing is, I don't even think it's about spending big. It's just about adding quality to your squad. And I think that's what Everton are doing. Like,
would you say quality? Would you say
they're building strength in depth? I'd say.
Yeah. Not so much quality. I think that's the wrong word, probably. But like, we're without a centre forward, Ryan. We ain't got one. Like, as much as you want to give the Antonio the number 9 shirt and he's going to play up front and all that, like, all well and good in playing up front, but he plays 20 games a season, and and he has done for the last 3 or 4 seasons. Like, you've got to sort of look at that and think, that's what's going to happen this season. He'll play 8 and he'll be missing for 5. You know what I mean? Like that, and that's the way that Antonio is going to be. We haven't got a centre forward, so we've got to sign at least. I'd say 2. You look at Leicester. Leicester have got Jamie Vardy. He's one of the best centre forwards in the league. Iniacho come in last year, and he done really well. And they're adding to there. They signed Daka. They're adding to the squad because they're building. We're not building. As we sit here today, we've lost Anderson for next to nothing. We've lost Balbuena. We're looking like we're gonna shift on Yarmolenko. It would surprise me if Lanzini fucked off, to be quite honest with you, because all of this fucking, this 6 years of Manuel Lanzini. I've seen all this before, and they sell someone like a couple of days later. We're just in a worse position, and I can't see, like, after we've had such a good season and you want to build on that, like, you can't stand still in the Premier League. You can't. It's like you stand still and you'll be left behind very quickly. And we're worse off. We're worse off.
With more football to play as well. We're going to have more games to play next season, and that's the thing. And that I think that's the worrying thing, is because if we had, like, say you wanted to bring in 2-3 players, you think, all right, we can take our time over it, and do I do due diligence and all of that. But because we've got so many players to bring in now, like, I don't want to see it now. We're leaving it all rushed to the last minute, and then we're having to settle for 4th and 5th choices, and that's going to be the problem. We're bringing in names for the sake of names.
Most of the targets that we want. I mean, I think it's clear that Abraham is Moyes' choice that he wants, and then maybe like Chelsea obviously have to wait for something to happen there in. So it's a circle. And then what does Moyes do? Do you gamble and wait, or do you just go out and get someone else? I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with David Moyes. Every signing he's brought into the club has done well. So I trust David Moyes in that sense. But we need to get at least 3 or 4 players in the door before we can worry about his major time. I mean, Pereira that we've been linked with. It looks like Jesse Lingard's going to stay at Man United, and I've got no problem with that. As much as I want him to come back to West Ham, he's a Man United boy. He's a Man United fan. He wants to make it work at Manchester United. And I'm sure when he comes back to the London Stadium in a Man United shirt, he'd get a good reception from our crowd. So we've got to move on now. Pereira looks like, I mean, it's rumoured that he wants to stay in the Premier League. He wants to play in Europe and he prefers to move to London. So, and the thing is with Pereira as well, we're in a good position because West Brom still owe us money for Diagana. So there's a deal that can be worked out there. We obviously want Sam Johnston as well, which I'm the same as you. I don't see the point of spending a lot of money on a goalkeeper when I'd rather spend money on a centre-back. We've been linked with Nat Phillips from Liverpool as well for 10 million, who I think it'd be a steal at 10 million. Absolute bargain, I think that would be. So, go on.
No, I wasn't going to say that.
No, I thought you were going to say so. Yeah, no, I'm just like, we're 3 weeks away. You know, a lot can happen in that 3 weeks. I'd rather the players be in now and getting to know the squad and around pre-season. But if it comes to it and we have to leave it to last week to bring 5 players in, then so be it. Because I still think we've got decent enough players there now that could start the season fully fit.
Yeah, but you start the season, right? That's the key word, isn't it? Because that transfer window slams shut as soon as that season starts. You go into the first game of the season, and it could quite easily happen. You go, right? We've heard all these excuses before. We tried. And if Chelsea are waiting for, I don't know, they're fucking chasing Haaland, is it? If Chelsea are waiting for Haaland, turn around and say to them today, right? No, well, not right now because it's weekend, but or tomorrow morning when you go in, look, we want Abraham. Do you want to sell him? If you're waiting on something to happen, there's the money now. Yeah. If you don't want to sell him or you're waiting for something to happen, we'll go elsewhere. You know what I mean? Because Sullivan seems to be good at that because he seems to be like, oh, do you want to, sell your goalie? And if you don't want to sell your goalie, I'll go and loan this goalie. You know what I mean? And so he's good at ultimatums like that. Yeah. So why aren't they going out and doing it? Just go out and give him an ultimatum. If they turn around and go, well, actually, we're waiting on Haaland and we don't know where we are at that. So all right, fine, that's fantastic. We'll go get someone else. We've got there shouldn't be one man on your list and you're pursuing him. Putting your eggs all into one basket is I think is the proverbial.
I mean, it's obvious. I think it's obvious. Abraham is not in Tuchel's plans. I don't think he has any. I don't think he has any plans to really play him, whether they get Haaland or not.
They've got Werner. Dan, just turn around and say there's 40 million or whatever they're going to offer for him. I don't think he's worth 40 million quid. But if they're going to offer 40 million, there's 40 million quid. Take it or leave it. If you don't take it today, and we can't get him signed on a dotted line, then we'll go elsewhere and spend our money elsewhere. Yeah. If they want to get rid of him that badly, they'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. Give him an ultimatum, and I think they'll want the money. They'll want the money to put towards the big transfer for Haaland. And because obviously if they can't get Haaland this window anyway, they're going to have obviously designs of getting him either in January because his clause comes in next season, doesn't it? His release clause for 64 million. So
you got to remember as well. You got to remember as well is that Giroud left Chelsea this week to join AC Milan. So there's something definitely going on at Chelsea. And as you said, he's got a buyout clause for next season, but maybe Chelsea can do some sort of deal where he comes this season and they just pay obviously a bit more money for him. But yeah, look, Abraham looks like he's the number one target. The Pereira thing, I'm a bit excited about because I watched him obviously for West Brom last season. And he's a really good player, and he's someone that I think could fit into West Ham, fit into our system.
Who would you take, right, if you had a choice? I suppose Nicky as well, right? Lingard or Pereira? If it can, I think it is going to come down to the one.
The thing is,
I agree.
I like Lingard. I did, but Pereira's 24, 25, so he's about 4 or 5 years younger. And he's a similar sort of player to Lingard for me, so I'd probably take Pereira. But
got good numbers in an awful West Brom side as well. I think he you got something like 15 goals, 6 assists, or 16 goals, 6 assists, or something. Good numbers, and he was a standout player in such a dire side.
Lingard was excellent. Lingard was probably one of the best January signings I've ever seen for West Ham. It would be very, very difficult for him to replicate that sort of form coming in next season. Like very difficult.
I see highlights of Lingard's of the pre-season game he played the other day against Derby, and he looks sharp. You know, I like Jesse Lingard. I always have a lot of respect for Jesse Lingard because he did come to us. He didn't throw his toys out his pram. He didn't. Everyone was expecting him to come, and we've all seen him on his Instagram and how he can be. But no, he settled in, and I don't know if you see it, but he put out this thing on his Instagram on Twitter the other day where he had a board that when he joined us, he predicted things that he wanted to do and things like that, and he had to get a certain amount of goals by a certain amount of games and that, and he worked hard. And look, but Pereira for me, I think, yeah, it's a no-brainer. I would definitely go out and get him if there's a deal to be done there, especially as they owe us money for Diagana as well. And we seem to have
can't be any easier for him, right? Can it?
No, but we seem to have a good relationship with West Brom as well. Obviously, Snodgrass went there. I know he wasn't allowed to play against us, but that was a gentleman's agreement between the two clubs. So let's just hope that I mean, if we can get him in next week, I'll be sitting here next Friday a lot more happy and a bit more positive to the season.
You know what the thing is? We spoke about Abraham, right? Obviously, we're talking about needing a centre forward, and we actually need two. If we sign Abraham, we need another one because we know Antonio's got serious injury issues. So if when he gets injured, I don't like to, but we know it's going to happen. And then you get Abraham, if he was to pick up a knock or he's tired, if we're trying to play him in Europa League, Premier League, Carabao Cup, and then the FA Cup when it comes, we're going to need another striker. So that's going to be the question of who do we get, where the targets. I haven't seen any secondary.
Just before we move on to that subject, Dan, just before we talk about like what we need and all that, let's take some comments because I don't think we took enough last week. But Paul Busey's donated £5. Thank you very much, Paul. Says he's on a super chat. I still can't believe we have not added to the first team. I have a feeling that a very late bid will come in for Declan, too late to spend the money. Yeah, that would be convenient, wouldn't it?
Classic.
The disabled team says, why haven't we already bought these players in yet? There's no reason why they couldn't have been done already. Barkley is as well linked with us in the past 24 hours. Yeah, Barkley's a fading star. But he would add good depth, though. Gary Rutt says, what happened to the keeper from PSG? We were supposed to have signed a week ago. Aribola, I think he's talking about Areola, sorry. Aribola? Who the fuck's Aribola?
I think with that, I think that deal was close, but then I think that Sam Johnston has become available and the club prefer Sam Johnson over Areola. So
yeah, that's down to I don't know why we're looking at a goalkeeper, but there you go. Craig Cooper, what would you do if Chelsea offered Abraham, Ross Barkley, and a Welsh defender for Declan Rice? I wouldn't take it. John Morgan, good evening, lads. Is it good to see you back, Dan? Ain't seen you here on a while. I won't write off Barkley. To be honest, Mikey, decent player. Ben Glander, our good friend over at West Ham Fan Channel, says with Pereira not taking part in pre-season, going to be important to get him in quickly. If we are interested due to lack of fitness, and we take a few weeks to get up to par. Lynn says has got a different view of Nate Phillips. He says if Nate Phillips wasn't at Liverpool, he'd worth a fiver. Just because he played okay with replacing Virgil van Dijk, he's already worth £10 million. I did see another comment. West Ham Random writing in this sort of weird way that must take some doing to write like that, man. Honestly,
that's peach.
Is it?
Yeah, it's peach. Peach in the house.
Why is it called West Ham Peach, man? Why'd you write like that? That must take more fucking time to write like that than it does write normal. It's that negative Nicky show. Big up still. Hold some faith though, brethren. Okay, mate. Leanne Tolcher says everyone is still waiting for something to happen, Nicky. A lot of players waiting to move. It's going to be a floodgate window. All right. We'll see.
You got a super chat there. I think you missed J-Ling's fam. Guys, why do you think Lingard wants to stay at United? I'm trying to look around the camera. We've donated $39.99 Zar. Thank you for that, mate.
I'll take Zar in a minute.
I think with Jesse Lingard is that obviously he is a Man United boy. He's a Man United fan. He loves the club. It's the club he supports. So if there's any way that he can be part of that team and squad next season, and he's in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's plans, then of course he's going to stay there. But I have heard that he loved it at West Ham and he would still be open to coming to West Ham. So you never know. I mean, that could be something that happens on the last day of the transfer window or something, and we get him back in on loan for the rest of the season. But obviously, we can't rely on that. We need other players in. But
the thing is, mate,
imagine getting Lingard and Pereira in.
Yeah, that'd be
Sancho got announced today, didn't he?
That's what I'm saying.
That could have been the reason why they was sort of like waiting on that, because that seems to have dragged on for about 25 years. That fucking transfer, every window he was coming.
I'll tell you what, that is a good signing by Man United. A very good signing.
He's a good player.
Yeah, so that's going to obviously change things for Lingard. I know Rashford apparently he's out for 2 months or whatever, but obviously when Rashford comes, he's going to be in the plans. Martial's still there. Lingard was obviously behind Martial in the pecking order last season. So yeah, I mean, you know, he's going to have to think about his career. But that's what it's the wonder of why if we're stalling on Pereira, because Moyes kind of wants to see what happens.
Did you see the interview on TalkSport the other day with Colton Cole and Jamie O'Hara? And Jamie O'Hara said he'd rather play 15 games for Man United.
I can't watch 38
West Ham.
He's a clown. He's an absolute.
I can't watch that. I cannot watch.
I'll stop listening. I'll stop listening to TalkSport because of him, really. The geezer's an absolute bellend. He hasn't got a clue. He robbed a career as a football player. When they was talking, I remember once listening to the Breakfast Show, and he was on there with Ali McCoist and Alan Brazil, and they was talking about their highlights of their careers. And obviously McCoist was talking about winning titles for Rangers, and Brazil was talking about playing for Scotland in the World Cup and winning trophies with Spurs and Ipswich. Jamie O'Hara's was scoring the winner at Upton Park.
He really don't like West Ham, does he? He's a plant, though, right? That's the thing about him. He's happy to do that. Look, the geezer didn't have any career. 15 games for me. Like, the geezer couldn't even get 15 games for fucking Hornchurch. The thing of his career, you know what I mean? Like,
all that he'd be remembered for is arguing with that old bird on fucking Big Brother, and she fucking mugged him off as well. The geezer's an absolute joke. You couldn't even get in Billericay's first team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's an absolute joke. I've got some more super chats. James Fever says, question 2, the lads, how worried are you we could possibly start the season with no new first team signings, times 2 strikers, 1 left back and 1 centre half needed? I'm quite worried.
Yeah.
I'm quite worried.
Actually, one thing I want to clarify, because obviously remember when they changed the deadline day to be before the season started, and then they was talking about bringing it back to being the end of August. Where are we with the deadline day?
As far as I know, it's at the end of before the season starts, unless it's changed.
Because I remember there was talks of it going back, or at least for now.
August the 31st is deadline day.
So they have put it back to the end of the month.
Put it back to what it was. Okay, all right. Well, it gives us a little bit more time.
See, people are positive, Nick. We can get 30 signings in now.
They're all waiting in the wings. But I tell you what, with how long it took us to bloody get these, just announce our kits, they don't give me a lot of faith in what we're going to do with our bloody signings.
We'll talk about this in a moment, but they still haven't announced any away tickets.
Nah,
we don't know what's going on.
I can't see there being any tickets for the Newcastle game. I really can't. I can see the first maybe 4 or 5 games of the season being home fans only.
I agree. They would have at least announced something by now. Least.
You can't. I mean, look, our fans are unbelievable, and you could announce the tickets a day before the game, and it still sell out, and they make their way up there. There's no doubt about that,
mate.
Yeah, but I mean, they give us 500 tickets for Brentford in pre-season. They obviously haven't given us none for Celtic tomorrow, which is a game I'm looking forward to as well. That's going to be a good test for our boys up there. I think
they'll watch along for that one, actually.
I think Celtic they're going to have about 18,000 allowed in, so it'd be good. Yeah, it's a shame there won't be no West Ham fans there, because that would have been a great day out.
If that was going ahead, I think Celtic Park has always been somewhere where I wanted to visit. Always, because apparently the atmosphere in there is electric. I know it's a friendly and all of that sort of thing, but just to go and get and see it. So I'm really disappointed that we didn't get a chance to go up there. Sorry, I'm putting my shoe on, by the way. If you wonder what I'm doing, it's a real shame, but I'll enjoy watching the game. I can't remember us ever playing Celtic before. I think McAviney's testimonial or whatever, or something like that.
Long time ago, that one.
Celtic testimonial,
Yeah, it's no, it's a shame. It is a real shame, isn't it? That'd been a great one to go to. And Glasgow's a great night out and everything. You know, I'd love to have stayed there overnight. And the same with Newcastle as well. Newcastle's a great night out, you know, summer and that, and can't go to that. So, yeah, it's all a bit crap, but we'll have to see what's what with all of that. But, well, yeah, like I said, it's a bit of a relief that our, the deadline day has been extended. So, thankfully.
Someone said that lads on the away tickets for Newcastle see them like had 3,000 away at Doncaster today. That may be the case, mate, but like when you're travelling the length of the country, I'm not sure that they're going to want people doing that. Look, I could be totally wrong. They could announce it Monday morning, but you know, to have no talk about it or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah, do you know what Kent's just said there? I was thinking that. I'm sure we played Celtic in the early 2000s in a friendly up there, and we drew 0-0 or something like that.
I saw. Was it? No, it wasn't. Ignore me. It's QPR. It wasn't Celtic at all. Because
the Canyon played for us.
What happened?
I'm just putting a light. I'm just putting my light.
Joking.
All right, we'll drop you out. 1 second.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Laughing like that for like Muttley.
Fucking, Dan's doing the okey cokey.
He's laughing like Muttley. I forgot what we was talking about now. I absolutely forgot.
Coronation Street or EastEnders?
Ooh, EastEnders. James Fever has got a £5 super chat. He says, final question for me. How many signings do you guys see coming into West Ham before the August the 31st? What's your number?
I'm going to say 4. It's not enough, but I think 4.
I'll say 2.
I'll tell you what, though. I know we're not, but I've been very impressed with Connor Coventry in pre-season. Very impressed.
Good,
and some of our other youngsters as well. Been very impressed with them, and I'd like to see them around the sort of first team squad. They're going to be important for like the League Cup, FA Cup next season, even European experience taking them away. Because I think next season the Premier League goes back to 3 substitutes only. So
really,
yeah, they're going back to 3 substitutes only next season.
Yeah, I think they should as well. To be honest with you, 5's too many. 5's too many. Just quickly. Before Dan comes back, just before we go on to the next subject and whatever, I see there's quite a few people watching. Friday Night Pint Live is just done over 3 weeks away now, isn't it? Yeah, just 3 weeks away today, I think. We're doing a live show at the Regent's Ballroom over in Stanford-le-Hope. Listen, I said last week the tickets are selling fast. The tickets are selling fast now. There's not many left now. So if you want to get a ticket for Friday Night Pint Live, as I say, if you're a patron, a top tier patron of ours, you get one for free, and you can get a 10% discount on a second if you want. But if you're a middle tier, you get a 10% or 20% discount, whatever it was. But the tickets are on sale for the general public. It's going to be a good night. Listen, it's Friday Night Pint in front of an audience, and we're going to be answering questions and all of that sort of thing, having a bit of fun. I think we've got maybe I don't want to say it too soon, but maybe a game show going on there at some point. But there's going to be loads of things there, loads of sort of people milling around, people that you'll recognise. And listen, if you're going to get a ticket, get one now, because it's not going to be long. So
no, tickets are going well, and the price as well.
It's going to be FMP at the Palladium, but it's going to be loads of fun. It's going to be loads of fun. And ultimately, at the end of the night, it's going to be a piss up at the disco. You get a pint as well.
Yeah. Well, I can confirm that the DJ was booked the other day. I sorted that out. So the DJ's raring to go. Hey?
I can hear him. Oh, his wireless earphones have died. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now, but it's coming through the speaker. It wasn't in my headphones. But
I think your headphones died, didn't they? Yeah, no, the DJ's all booked now. So once you get us lot off the stage, the DJ will be banging out some tunes. I'm sure there'll be some Sweet Caroline and all that going. A few of the West Ham classics that we can all have a sing along to. And the price of the ticket as well includes a pint as well that we're covering. to as a thank you from us, really.
I think Peach sums it up best when he says it's going to be that ill shit. It certainly is going to be that ill shit. It is indeed. So that's going to be the tagline. Like, we should put that on the poster. Friday Night Pint Live. It's that ill shit.
You put that on your fucking poster. I'm not putting it on mine.
But yeah,
no, it's going to be really good. Yeah. It is. Scott Seal says, "Are they sold out? They're close, mate. They're not far away now. There's not many left. So
the link's in the description below. I mean, go on there now if you can. Click on the link. Get yourself a ticket. Because the last 2 weeks we've been on here is when we sell most of our tickets, because people like the notifications just coming through, and it's good. It's good. It's
going to be really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, much needed.
Someone's Match just said he's positive. Pat the DJ. She's the bouncer.
Positive Pat will be making an appearance. I guarantee you that.
She fucking won't. I can't find her.
Nah, listen, you've got to come fully dressed up as Positive Pat with the outfit, the wig,
earrings.
Not listen, just
I'll go flowery skirt, flowery top, big earrings.
And then Graham's got to come like Frank. In Frank when he wore nothing but the spinny bow tie. Yeah. That'd be great.
Scott can come as fucking Nick Cotton.
I'm gonna bring me sofa, take me books. I'll give you a little story time in the middle of the show. It's gonna be really good.
God, we only got the place till a certain time, haven't we? We ain't got it. What time's it shut? That's a good point, actually.
Fuck off, Dan. I just realised what you said. I was just about to say, yeah, we've got it until 12 o'clock, but fuck you. Fuck you.
People are like, oh, when's the disco start? Go on.
But, we won't be on stage that long, trust me. We all want to get off that stage and get on that dance floor, up that bar, have a few shots, have a few drinks, and enjoy the night before on the eve of the Premier League season as well. And I'm sure that night Arsenal played Brentford, so we can laugh at Arsenal losing their opening game of the season to Brentford.
Nice. Shout out to Brad Doman, by the way, for the 499. So he didn't say anything; he just blanked. So,
Brad don't need to say anything, mate. It says it all there.
Says it all with his name.
Says it all. Cheers, Brad. Really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah. So, lot to look forward to. Lot to look forward to in August. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, like I said, hopefully we have a few players in by then, and we can all celebrate.
Yeah.
What else can we talk about?
Well, you mentioned we was going to say a bit about the other targets. Like I said, I was saying earlier about what we're doing about a secondary striker, like another striker, because it seems like we're only trying to sign. There's been no really mention of any other strikers. It's been like, at the moment it's Abraham, but no, we're going to sign this player as well. It doesn't seem like they're trying to get two strikers in, is what I'm saying.
Well, to be honest, Dan, without sort of bursting anyone's bubble, I mean, you don't even know whether they're trying to get one striker in. You know
yeah.
I mean? Like, you don't know, do you? It's all rumors. This is what I hate about this time of season. It's all rumors.
I thought one of the strangest rumors this week was Jared Bowen to Liverpool.
Yeah.
That was
I watched him in the friendlies, and I know they're only friendlies, but he looks very sharp. Like the Reading friendly the other night, he looked very sharp. Looked like he means business this year.
Ben Rama looked sharp as well. I think he's going to play a bigger part this season for West Ham.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm excited to see Ben Rama. I mean, with Jared Bowen, I mean, they're talking about 35 million. And I think that's silly. I think, I would, if they offered 50 million, I think if that would be hard for me to say no to. If they offered 50 million, I'm saying that's something where I'd go, maybe we take that. Maybe we take.
I think I'd take 50 million for Bowen, but I don't think they're going to offer
that. Yeah, of course. Yeah, fucking 50 million.
I like Jared Bowen.
What did we sign him for again? How much was it?
18 to 20 million, something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you just hope we can make a decent profit if they do. It's a very interesting. But apparently, they're trying to sell Shaqiri first and then sign Bowen. But yeah, that is it's kind of random, that whole signing link. I mean, he's a very good player, but
if they offered Shaqiri and 40, I think I'd say yes.
I'd rather have Shakira. I'd rather have Shakira.
yeah, me too. But
But
no, I'm telling you now,
there's a lot of people saying about the squad numbers as well. Obviously, Ben Rama took 22 because he wanted that number for his dad. Antonio's taking a number 9 shirt, and who else swapped numbers? Fornell's number 8. Yeah. Look, I think Antonio deserves the number 9 shirt after what he's done the last couple of seasons. And yeah, Ben Rama, if he wants a 22 for his dad to in memory of his dad, then yeah, I'm all for that.
It was weird him getting that. I think I commented at the time when we gave him number 9. It just seemed weird. Maybe they just thought we needed someone to have it, so they give it to him. Because they could have just gave him the 22 from the start. It was very weird.
Years later, at the end of last season, we bought out an Antonio fucking 30 t-shirt, and then after 6 years, he decides to change his fucking number.
I thought we were better off leaving him as 30 and waiting a new player come in for 9. Like, because he sort of made it that 30. He sort of made that his own thing. He made it his own. It's kind of become synonymous with Antonio.
I read the interview with Antonio, and some of the players were telling him to take the number 9 shirt. So he was offered it last season, and he didn't take it. He wanted to keep 30, but I suppose it's a iconic number, isn't it? And if he's happy to give it, I'm all for it. It might give him an extra boost.
Yeah. No, that's it.
At least we know fucking Andy Carroll ain't coming back because he's been released on a free this year.
Well, how do you know he's not coming back? He got released. Yeah. You could just see it, can't you? Deadline day.
He would have wanted that number 9 shirt. So
deadline day signing. That will be Andy Carroll. You watch. Oh, he's back. I'm doing a nice little package for him. God, that's all we need.
I reckon Andy Carroll will end up like somewhere like Palace.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I don't even think he'll get there, mate. I think he's going to end up in the Championship, and I think he'd be lucky to do that.
Yeah, I could see him maybe going abroad, going to America or something. You know what I mean? I could see him going MLS. To be honest, I can't see a Premier League
the way Everton are going, he'll probably end up there.
Yeah, that really wouldn't surprise me. Because, but yeah, he's on like obviously, mate, he's on like 90 to 100 grand a week, Carroll. So it's going to be. I wouldn't see Palace paying that. Like I said, Everton probably they would. Some of the players that they are signing, yeah, maybe they could go for him. But yeah, I think he's sort of done at this level.
Roy Jr. says, after buying an Antonio kit and hearing a number change, I've decided to draft a strongly worded letter to the club. I'm sure they'll rectify the situation accordingly. Was it this season that you bought? Or was it last season's? I mean, it doesn't make any difference because they're going to tell you to fuck off either way because they do put on the website that you buy them at your own risk and all of that sort of thing. Don't worry, mate. We've had it all before. Like I've had it when we was younger and fucking shit like that. Like they changed the numbers. And,
I see other clubs have been doing that. I can't remember which club it was, but they was changing it for people. What was the club that recently had a big player changing numbers? And this summer it was, and they changed it for him. I thought that was a nice touch. So I don't see why we can't do that. So
Roy Jr. since it's last season. If it's last season, mate, it's still valid because he was number 30 last season.
Yeah. There you go. A lot of people, when I say a lot of people, I see a couple of people talking about the takeover news, which, I mean, look, when I see it, I dismissed it outright as, distraction technique. And I still think part of it seems to be for me that this story's come out because apparently it's true, but apparently it was back in February that this consortium headed by this former QPR guy has tried to buy the club, and the owners turned them down because they didn't seem to have no real plan and they just wanted it for property. But what property? We don't even own the bloody.
We don't even own the fucking property.
Exactly. That's apparently what Sullivan was saying. They wasn't interested in the football; they was interested in the property. But unless that's
what he's talking bollocks. Because how can they be interested in the property? They don't own the property. It's like me going across the road and saying, "Oh, fucking, can I buy the park?" They don't own the park. Yeah, if you want, fuck it. You can buy the park off me if you want.
Yeah, it's the time.
I don't take no interest in the takeover rumours until it's actually done. Because do you remember last season when you had, I think it was Spencer Owen had the insider, and it was all going to be done by the end of November or something. And even back then, I remember saying, "Yeah, all right, yeah, I believe that." When it happened.
I would like, I don't know if Spencer's addressed it after the fact to say, yeah, all right, it's my bad getting this geezer on, or this geezer was, I like at least because that guy's disappeared now. I'd like at least to be acknowledged because that was ridiculous. But the thing what I question is, okay, so X has come out and said, yeah, it's real and all that, but why is it coming out now? If it happened in February, and now all of a sudden fans are getting a bit restless on transfers. Now we're hearing about, oh yeah, takeover talks. It seems like every time the fans get a bit restless, all these takeover stories seem to come out, so people can be distracted. But yeah, I just think.
I mean, as much as we want GSB out, I wouldn't want the club going in the wrong hands because it could get worse. I mean,
yeah, you go out of the frying pan into the fire, didn't you?
But then I'd rather Golden Sullivan wait and sell it to the right people that are gonna invest into the club properly than just hand it over to someone that would be worse than them. Because could you imagine if I mean, there's not many people out there that could be worse than them, but it's I'd rather them wait. I'd rather put it this way. I'd rather put up with them for another season or two than fucking just put it in the hands of some American that don't care about football and just makes it even worse.
You've got to listen, and I don't think there's many people out there, apart from if Leicester's owners decided they wanted to sell Leicester and do the same thing with West Ham, right? I don't think there's many owners out there or many people out there that you can turn around and say, like, yeah, I just want to make the football club better. Like, you've got to look at what it's turning into, you know what I mean? And this is what I'm saying about like the fans and things. And this is why, I was like well up for, with all this Super League nonsense and all that, the 51% rule, because the fans are always going to be the majority owners of the club, and they're always going to vote in for what's good for the club. And that's why I think it should go to that, because I think there's, as it is now, it's a cutthroat business. We can see it's a cutthroat business. Like, there is not many people that are investing in football clubs that want to make the football club better. There's not many Jack Walkers around, or the guy that owned Blackburn or whatever, when he just bought his boyhood club and all of that. And this is what this lot decided that they were 10 years ago. And even, for my money, I know that it's just my opinion, but they decided to pretend that they was West Ham fans. They was doing it all for, to save the club. And it's been, in my opinion, proven to be, a big money-making scheme. And like, I'm not saying that, neither of them do support the club. I've got reservations about one, but one certainly does. But at the end of it, they're businessmen over, so you got to look at what realistically you can get. Are you going to get someone that just wants to make the football club better? No, there's them people are not existing. It's a business to them at the end of the day. So what we've got to look at is we've got to look at someone that wants to make the most of West Ham, that wants to, doesn't want to sit there and he's happy taking that Premier League money season after season and fleecing the fans and rising the price of tickets and shirts so they can line their pockets more. We want to find someone that wants to make a brand out of it, because the more they make a brand out of West Ham, the more that they take it to China and America and all of them places, the less, the more money they make, but it's not from fleecing us.
Yeah, but ain't that what Brady's been doing though? Their old job has been making a brand of West Ham. They changed it to London, and they brought in this brand.
But what brand have they made? It's like, as I say, you got to speculate to accumulate. At the end of the day, what makes your brand, you can change that badge to London or whatever. But if you don't invest into the main thing that is what makes the money, and that's football. Man City. Man City were the brand until they had the likes of Kevin De Bruyne and Sergio Aguero and players like that, and David Silva. A billionaire owner taking over and say, "I'm going to put this Manchester." Then that's not making a brand. That's just saying Manchester. That's the same as our badge. It just says London. You can't turn around and say, "I'm going to make a brand out of it," and then not invest into the fucking thing that you want to make a brand out of, because Barcelona, Real Madrid, without the players, they're Sunday League clubs. Sunday League clubs. That's all they are. Like a big club with big ambitions, with Champions League ambitions, you know, and that's what you need someone to come in and do. You know what I mean? As I say, you can't build a brand out of nothing. You can't build a brand out of like, you can't turn around and go, we're going to be the biggest football club in the world. We'll sign some players in. No, we're not going to. It's impossible. You're standing still or going backwards. You can't build brands like that. Building brands, number one about building a brand out of a football club is to invest into your team and make sure that team are doing the stuff on the field. Or if they're not doing the stuff on the field, then reinvesting again the next year and spending money until you get it, you know, that magic. Because that's what Man City done. That's all that Man City done. That's why Man City are the powerhouse brand they are now. The Sheikh owners come in. He come in and one day went, right, go out and find me a massive name player and fucking sign him and make sure he's on this doorstep in the morning. They went out and signed Robinho.
Yeah. I mean, you don't even need him to do what a Man City, even something like, you know, you've got even clubs like Everton that invest, Aston Villa invest, the Wolves owner invests, and there's plenty of owners out there that without even having to go to the extremes of Man City, you know.
No, to be fair, Dan, I think the first thing you need to do to become a real powerhouse is go out and turn around to someone and like this is what Man City done, right? You go out to someone like a Real Madrid or Juventus or someone and say, how much for Cristiano Ronaldo? We're building something fucking massive here. How much for him? I don't care how much money it is. I don't care how much money he was. I want him in this football club because that makes a statement. That's the way you got to do it. You know, the biggest player you can possibly get and get him in the club, and then that makes people sit up, prick their ears up, and go, oh, they mean business. You know what I mean? But that's how you make a brand. That's how you make a brand out of a football club. You're not going to make it by, you know, fucking signing Andros Townsend on a free or whatever it was. You know what I mean? You're just not.
Yeah, I mean, City levels are ridiculous because their owners come in and not only do they invest in the team, but they invested in the ladies, the youth, the area, you know, the ground. They developed it all. So they had someone that come in that knew they weren't going to sort of make their money back what they was putting in, but they put it in for the sort of love. You know, they want to win titles, and they've done that. You know, since 2012, they've done.
With Sheikh's, right, I would say it's more status. I don't think it's for love.
No, sorry, love was the wrong thing. You're right. Yeah, status. Like it's like championship manager. Look what I've got. You know, we've got the best players. You know.
Yeah, but you'd rather that than someone who, you know, just wants to sort of keep afloat and be there type of thing.
I would 100%. I would back someone if they come in, if they was a West Ham fan or from the local area or something like that, and give it a go, and failed, and we went down.
But what if they didn't have the money?
If they didn't have the money, then
what if they had money to? What if they had money to buy the club but didn't have money to invest in transfer? It's just going to be the same, isn't it? People are going to get on their back.
Unless you, I mean, I don't think you should be. I mean, if I say, for instance, I had £400 million in the bank, I think, right, I'm going to buy West Ham for 400 million, but I ain't got a fucking penny more to invest. There's no point in me buying the club.
No.
But if I had 800 million, and I said, right, I'm going to invest 400 million pounds in West Ham, and I'm going to put 400 million pounds into the squad, and it fails drastically. I think if that was me, I'd get behind someone like that because.
Of course, 100%, and so would I. So would I.
Jace made a very interesting point on Twitter. He said, you know, he don't want English or British owners because they don't have any money. And when you look at it, you know, none of the teams that are really trying to compete for the top 8 or, you know, anything like that have British owners. Like the British owners now, I think you can't see anyone that comes in and go, this is a British owner and he can really show ambition and take us here and spend that. And I think football's sort of moving on from that, from British owners, which is, you know, sadly in foreign. I can't see
Elon Musk come in or a Jeff Bezos. I think he's just sold Amazon.
Yeah, they're American, aren't they?
I think Elon Musk is South African.
Oh, so yeah, that's what I mean. There's no British people you can think of like, oh yeah, if this person bought us, you know what I mean? Like, he's mega rich British guy could take us to the next level. Like the only clubs with British owners in the Premier League, I think, is us, Newcastle, Palace. I don't know, Brentford. Their owners British. I'm not sure. There's not many, is there?
Mark Sherman Brown, GSB has been offered to take the brand to China. They don't want to know, or they won't pay the consultancy fees, which don't surprise me. West Ham will never be a big club and ambition until their owners are gone. Investment is key. Get better, buying better players. Richard B says, I've got my doubts. We'll talk about the season tickets in a minute. Kevin. Justin Richter says, as an American fan, the only reason people know about West Ham over here is because they like a Big Six team or because of Iron Maiden. Yeah, I think fucking Iron Maiden have done better for the brand than our players.
And Green Street, the film, Green Street.
Yeah, Green Street is a big. Yeah, Matthew Rainey says we buy old legends from other clubs to look good. GSB are Muppets. On the flip side,
I think the signing that done the most for our brand was Hernandez, wasn't it? When you look at it,
probably
brand-wise.
Justin Richter says West Ham had to be one of the least televised teams on cable network television. Everyone was blocked behind a paywall. We was on The Simpsons, says Matt Powell. Messi transfer to West Ham, says Jigme. I'm not going to read that in case that's one of them. I apologise if that's your real name. But
you just never be too careful.
Yeah. Barcelona did that. Now they are bankrupt. That's correct. That is right. Gary Rutter says when Golden Sullivan said we would play in Europe in a new stadium, I didn't expect one season the way they were going on. Yeah, it's loads of comments. Everton line up for relegation.
Before we go on to the next subject.
Yeah, go on. Suspense.
I thought you was reading the comments. No, I was going to say I don't know if he's watching, but big thank you to Dennis, who's just taken up his option of the Patreon free and bought an extra one for Friday Night Pint Live as well. So that's another 2 tickets gone. So they're running out. Get in there quick.
Jeez, a bit of a crowd there, isn't it?
It's Dennis.
That'd be good, mate. It will be a good crowd. It'll be a good night, mate. I can't wait.
Nah, it'd be nice to meet everyone, wouldn't it? You know.
I don't know why people are laughing at Dennis. He's just because he just bought a ticket. I don't get it. What have I missed a joke? I was saying.
It's Dennis. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
I can't see any more comments.
What's that?
Anyway,
what about the away shirt?
Have you seen it? People have posted it because you can get it without the sponsor, and it don't have the white box.
What? I mean, why couldn't they just not have the white? Is it league rules or something? Because I don't know.
No,
I don't really like it, if I'm honest. But
yeah, I'm not even with or without the.
You can buy it without it now, because it used to be branded as youth shirts. It used to go up to XL, but they go up to full range now, to the full XL.
I'm not. I'm going to wait until I see it, because when I first see the home kit, I wasn't a fan of it, but I actually see someone in it the other day, and it was a really nice shirt. I'll be honest. He had the Europa League badge on it as well, and it looked really nice.
Do you know what ruins it? And this is the thing: it's the badge. It's the West Ham badge. We've gone back to the tacky, cheap-looking toy badge rather than. I really liked that 125 years one we had last season. I thought that one was nice. It looks a little bit closer to that traditional one we had.
Well, I like the fact that it's in one colour. I always like the one colour. Like, I don't like it when it's got the yellow and the blue and the white and all of that sort of thing. Like, I like it when they have to sort of like hone it towards one colour, and I think they should stick with that. But
did you see one of the shirts? Some of the shirts weren't.
Listen to me now, right? Don't worry about West Ham's home shirt, away shirt, right? Because that might be bad. But fuck me, look at Tottenham's. It could be a lot
away shirt. The Nasty Boy shirt.
My God.
Someone put a picture out that said it looks like the cover on the buses, on the seats.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it's a fucking terrible kit. Whoever sanctioned that off must have been pissed. They must have just gone, yeah, go on, we'll have some of that. Or they're an Arsenal fan.
Like, people rave over Nike, but some of their kits are fucking terrible, man. They're awful. Like, they used to do really nice away kits, like in the early 2000s and all that. They used to do some really nice kits, but lately, man, fuck me, some of their away kits are fucking atrocious. And it's all like, I can sort of get it, because there's only so many times you can recycle kits. And I was saying the other day, like to you boys, I said, like, it's all well and good, like, you know, this one's based on this one, but it seems like every one of our kits these days is based on something from the past. And they're literally, like, that new home one is literally a fucking copy of that Feeler one.
Yeah, I think West Ham tradition is claret shirt with blue sleeves, isn't it? I think we all love that sort of design, but sometimes you can be a bit risky and try something new and just see how it goes. And if people don't like it, you know, next season, you know, you can go back to.
Well, especially the away shirts, isn't it? The away and the third shirts are where you can really go at it.
Well, sometimes I think they step themselves in the foot by making it a yearly sale, because like last year's black shirt, the black shirt from last year, like the third shirt, if they'd have had that for 2-3 years, I think they could have sold a shit ton of them. I bet they'd sell more of it if they re-release that shirt now, right? Even with people that have them, yeah. If they re-release that shirt in the shop now and just said, look, we're gonna carry on and take this for another season, I bet you any money it'd sell more than that Tesco carrier bag shirt. I bet you any money.
Yeah, that black shirt was a beautiful kit, and the one before,
even the white one, the white one before.
Yeah, no, it was. We've had some nice kits over the last couple of years, and to be fair, I mean, as I said, when I see someone wearing the home shirt the other day, it did look really nice. It looked, even the collars didn't look that bad, and that was what I was worried about.
See, but the collars. He was talking about the collars.
Oh, the collar. Sorry, I broke up a little bit there.
Yeah, he's talking about the collars. Now, do you know what my problem is with it as well? Is they put the price up again, so it's the 60 quid now, the shirts. And I think the kids' shirt is, if you want a kit for a kid, it's like 50. Yeah, 50, and it's ridiculous. Like, I put a link out to where you can buy retro shirts, and I'd much rather buy the retro shirts than, you know, from a third party seller for half the price that are much better quality.
The thing is, mate, as well, when you look at we spoke about this last week, so I won't go too far into it because I know you weren't here, but we spoke about this last week. Like, some of the copies now that are coming from abroad, unbelievable, and they're fractions of the price. Fractions of the price. Whether it be the new one, which is always I think they're always a little bit dodge. They don't quite look the same. But the old ones that they're doing now are unreal. Like, they're like 10, 15 quid, some of them. You know what I mean? And they're unbelievable. And
wouldn't you rather wear the original Feeler shirt than this one that the knockoff one they've made?
Yeah, but the original Feeler shirt is not going to be one of the ones that you order from DH Gate or wherever you get your shirts from. Like, the original Feeler ones, you know, they cost a couple of £100 now. So that's why they've you know, retro shirts are in. Like, you look at England, as I say, like, I bet there was more retro shirts in the stadium than there was proper shirts. And we said this last week, but they're fractions of the price. These people are getting too greedy, and it's going to end up catching up with them in the end, because, you know, that there's going to be a lot less people buying them if they keep on rising the prices. I think it's a disgrace. Like, shorts for 32 quid. You know what I mean? Like, fuck me, you could buy 2 Moody shirts for that. I
think we were one of 6 clubs that actually put our prices up on our shirts this season. So it was one of the few. It's just, that's it. And that's the thing, you know, if you're seeing it every season, you know, so maybe in 2 seasons' time, it's going to be 65 quid. And for a t-shirt, and you know that it's not, because, you know, you can buy, I think on the site, you get replica, and then you get, I can't remember if it's called authentic or something, right? Which is 100 odd quid or something like that. So there's like a bet, and I guess that's the one that is exactly like what the players wear. So we're not even getting the full.
That's what it is. Yeah, that's what that is. I don't think we ain't got them, but I think like Arsenal have got a few like Adidas have done it for a few years. Quick super chat, $25. Andrew McDonald says, on a hot streak, 2 weeks in a row, bring back the Vader third shirts. Thank you so much, Andrew. Oh, Andrew McDonald. Do you know what I might do? I was thinking about this yesterday for Friday Night Pint, right? Just before we go on, otherwise I'll forget it. I might invite the boys that I went Poland with.
Fuck me, we're gonna recreate what happened. We're fucking 3 nights in a row then.
We'll have like a little production.
I might invite them.
I mean, invite them. Yeah, people can go listen. Like, they can
as
all
long
get
as
there
he's
again.
buying the vodkas, mate, bring them.
That'd be so amazing, wouldn't it? If we had a little stage and we had like Nicky could like, and then we could recreate it all, you know, and we had little costume changes and sets, and it would be really.
We ain't fucking the old Vic, you know what I
mean? I want to play the Pope. I want to play the part of the Pope.
But wait, Nicky is bringing the Pope. Yeah, I think he died, that Pope, to be honest. Yeah, but no, yeah, the kits are ridiculous. There is something else that I wanted to talk about as well. Was we finished then? Sorry.
Yeah, go on, mate. Move on.
Yeah. There's only so much we can talk about kits.
Digital season tickets.
Oh.
It's caused a big storm for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. I think it's shit. I don't know why are we doing that? What have they given a reason to why we're doing digital season tickets now?
Well, there's two. I suppose there's two sorts of sides to this. Now, you've obviously got people that ain't going to have smartphones, that don't trust technology and all of that sort of thing. And like, are they trying to make you bring your phone so you got the old track and trace app on it? Who knows? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like who knows? Like, I was thinking about this the other day. That could be a possibility. But you know, there's going to be people that are upset with it. But it's all plastic, man. Single-use plastic. It's you know, you can't turn around and ask, you know, to save the planet and all of this sort of thing if you keep on fucking sending out plastic cards. You know what I mean? Like, it's all so. I'm not that. Like, don't get me wrong. It's gonna fuck me bad because I'm bad with my phone. I'm bad with my. I've got a fucking bit of plastic sitting somewhere here today. From a season ticket that I probably used about 4 times in the whole of the time that I had it, into about 3 years. So, like, and obviously you go and get sort of paper ones printed, but I don't know.
Well, like I said, it's not bad for the environment if you get one plastic card and then you just dash your card. Obviously,
he said they keep on sending them every year.
No, but they don't. Like, the only reason we got new ones was because of obviously the new stand, didn't we? We were all in the Billy Bond stand. That's why we got new ones. Otherwise, we'd keep the same one, and that would be it. They'd just recharge it, and that was the hope. They did release a little statement, I think, something where they talked about, you know, like people who don't have phones and the old people things can get there extra early. So they have to get there extra early to get paper tickets. So if you're of a certain age, you've got to make sure you get there an hour or so earlier. Go to the ticket office, and then get your ticket printed out for you. And then get in, which is just a load of bollocks. It's inconvenient. So now what? If you don't have a smartphone, or you don't have a smartphone that, you know, you have internet or whatever on it, you've got to now get to the ground extra early just to get into the thing.
You can also print the ticket off at home as well, can't you?
Yeah, but if I said, the thing is, if you're the sort of person who ain't up on technology and got your smartphones on that, you probably don't have a printer or have a setup all for that. I think it's just ridiculous. Why can't they just... What
I'm going to do? I'm going to print my ticket off at home and invoice the club £1 booking fee. Like they
do it every time, right? That'd be another £1. That'd be another £1.
DJ DWHU Down says, "Who gives a fuck about the plastic?" Well, I do. If I'm honest, don't get me wrong. I'm not fucking Uma Thurman or whatever her name is, who goes around the world fucking.
Uma Thurman, ain't that fucking Kill Bill in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's the girl's name? The little girl.
What was her name? Fucking Gretna Green or whatever her fucking name was.
There's probably Greta Thurman in it. Greta Thunberg. Yeah.
Yeah,
but the thing is,
I'm not her, but like, when you see like what's going on around the world, like things like the fucking like permafrost melting in fucking Russia, and like the floods that's going on, and all this crazy, like, it starts to make you think, like, you know, we
see the beaches in Thailand all rubbish, washed up. I see probably about 100 of your season tickets washed up on the beaches of Thailand. When you've probably contributed to it more than anyone.
I'm not season tickets. Yeah, no, probably, yeah. But what I'm saying is that I don't know, man. I don't know. You got to start looking at this. But I've got kids, and they're going to have kids, and all of that sort of thing. You know what I mean? So you got to start thinking about the planet going forward, because it's like I watched this documentary, about why does this geezer keep saying Damari Gray? He's gone to fucking Everton.
He signed for Everton.
But when you start looking at like the planet, the David. What's his name? David Attenborough documentary, man. Them things open up your eyes. You got to, you know what I mean? Like, look, listen, when I was first going to Florida, I was well up for going to SeaWorld, but fucking, I watched Blackfish, and I'm dead against it. You know what I mean? You have to open your eyes to some of these things.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If they
people that are telling me not to worry about the plastic are telling me they're infecting fucking microchips in my blood with the fucking COVID vaccine.
No, but the thing is, with the season tickets, like I said, you get your season ticket once, and then they just update it. They just charge it, whatever the bloody hell they do. So you get one bit of plastic that's to last you, however many years. So that's enough. I don't think it's like so. The only people that would have had to get the new season ticket holders would have had to get a new bit of plastic. We would have all kept ours.
Let's just go back to the old paper book when you had to look what number was on the turnstile. Look what number was on the turnstile, and then stand there in the pissing down the rain trying to find it, number 42 in your book, and then rip it out.
Gary's ripped it out at home.
They were the good old days, man.
Yeah. But I tell you what, just on that, Damari Gray.
Yeah, go on.
What's happened? Why is he froze? Why is he pulling that face?
I don't know, man.
AstroTurf or grass? He's still stuck in that position. Oh, here he comes. What's he done? Anyway, AstroTurf or grass?
Grass. Always grass.
Oh, no. It's gone over your head, isn't it? I've never smoked AstroTurf. Only fools and horses.
I said it, but I was lagged out. I'm back now. I said I was. It was perfect timing as well. Am I back? You look here. You've got. Right. No, do you know? All right. So what I was trying to say is just quickly, because obviously he's been asking about Damari Gray for ages. For 1.5 million, that could have been our backup option. Do you know what I mean? Like if we're looking at depth and getting a number in, not you get Abraham and you get Damari Gray, and then we've got Antonio as well. That for that cheap, I don't know why we didn't look at that. Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know, but yeah, I'll be honest with you, mate. I don't think he's going to set the world alight.
The thing is, you've got there's levels to this as well. You got to think it all depends on the player. You can tell when a player signed. I used to be the worst for it. When a player, why didn't we sign him? He might West Ham might have inquired about him. He might have went, fuck off. I'm not going there. I want to live up north. You know what I mean, you got there's loads of things. I don't know.
We always do that though. You see that that's such a thing on social media at the moment. Someone else signs someone, they go, "Why don't we fucking sign him? Why don't we sign him?" You know what I mean? It's crazy, isn't it?
What do you think about, just before we go ask us anything, the double jab?
Do you know what? I've got my I had my second jab booked on Wednesday, right? And it's been booked Wednesday the 28th, right? And I've had that booked for the last month. Last week, because I'm off work next week, I booked to go out. We're going up at London to a restaurant, the Blues Kitchen, and they're doing cocktails all night. Any cocktails, £5 and all that. So I'm the Blues Kitchen in Shoreditch. I've never been there before, but it's meant they've got a live band on and all that. And
help my brother out.
Do you know what? Right, this is our fucking this is a proper Brit thing to do. I thought to myself, oh fuck, I can't have me jab and I can't drink that night, so I've moved my fucking appointment forward a couple of days. So fuck it, I'm not missing out on a great night just for the jab. I'm having it done 2 days in. Give me 24 hours to recover, and then I'll be all right. get on the cocktails. I can't wait for that. I love a bit of blues music as well.
Yeah,
Blue Lagoon, Purple Turtle.
Hey, look, K-Sam Blues Kitchen's very good. I've heard it's good. I looked it up last week, and we're going to go for an afternoon up London, and then I think our table's booked for like about 5:30. Cocktails start from 5. Perfect timing. Get in now on the lash, and I'll be out of it by 7:30, I reckon.
Enjoy it. But I mean, I've only just had the bloody first one because I'm going to Portugal in September. So everyone was like, oh, you need to get it for the lads going on holiday because they're doing that. So I got it. And, so if they do this passport thing now and they bring that in for the season, because I ain't had 2, I won't be able to go to any of their bloody home games until I've had the second one, which is like in September. So I think it's I won't be happy about it. I want some fucking refunds. If they start doing that, they can't say, right, well, you got to have a vaccine passport to go to the games and then not give people their money back if they ain't had it. You know what I mean?
Nick Tucker's in the room. He's just come up. Is it fitting to wear a cardigan at a wedding asking for a friend? Of course, you can wear a cardigan all year round, Nick. But
listen,
Nick, I was going to mention it. Our good mate Nick and Charlotte are getting married finally on Sunday. The 3rd attempt, I think this is. And all the best from
that's
all
not
the
the third marriage, by the way. That's
not the third marriage. I mean, the 3rd time, obviously during COVID, that they've had to rearrange it. But it's all going ahead Sunday. Congratulations to Nick and Charlotte, good friends of the channel, and not just the channel, good friends of us in general.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Nick, that I couldn't make it.
A cardigan.
I tried to. I tried everything to try and make it, and I'm so sorry I can't make it. But when you're coming down here, mate, we'll make sure we have a good night out and celebrate together. I know that him and his wife. I do believe, right? If the story's right, and I'll tell you what happened. Right, I was there when Nick was chatting to Charlotte, like when he first started chatting to her. We was on holiday. Me, Nick, Tom. Scotty, my mate Bez went away to Cos for a lad's holiday, and he was first started chatting to Charlotte then on the phone. And he was saying about, and I'm pretty sure, and I'm sure he's going to correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure she asked him out and contacted him about, because he's got his own website and he sells like memorabilia and things. And she bought a couple of things off of him, right? And Ryan, you might be able to back me up on this one. He might have told you this story, but I'm pretty sure he told me that she started to text him and buy stuff because she wanted to ask him out. And people said in the chat, here we go. But she started texting him and asked him out because she's seen him on West Ham Fan TV and thought, oi, I want a bit of that. I'm pretty sure of it. So if that is true, I'm claiming that as a West Ham Fan TV wedding.
There you go.
See, he said, yes, I'm right.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember.
There you go.
Old Nick and Charlotte meeting through West Ham Fan TV. I'm Graham's. Me and Graham. Scott's already up north. That's why he's not on tonight. He's gone up a day early because he's staying in Halifax the night before with some family. But me and old Tomo will be on the road tomorrow on our way up, and really looking forward to it, mate. I can't wait.
Sunny Burnley.
Yeah. Well, it's not Burnley. It's Clitheroe.
Very posh sounding.
It's not posh, Dan. They just make it sound posh. It's not posh. No, I'm only joking. It's a beautiful part of the world, and I can't wait to be up there. I've got my dancing shoes. They're already upstairs. They're polished. Graham's excited. He's sitting outside my house now in the car. That's why he's not on tonight. He's so excited. He's sitting on the on my drive.
Nah, all the best to Nick. He's a top bloke. So all the best.
Someone said to me as well, Nicky can sing. Fair play. Sing something else. I tell you what, if you come to Friday Night Pint Live, I'll do a song. I'll do Sweet Caroline so we can all sing along. How about that?
There you go. So I asked that question from earlier. Question is so good. Will you be able to continue it sometimes when you're back at the games? We're definitely going to look to be fitting it into the schedule. Obviously, and it all depends. Obviously, sometimes there'll be Europa League games on Thursdays, and then we'll be playing on Sundays, and it's all going to be depending on West Ham and the schedule and how we fit that in. But we don't want the show to go away for sure.
Well, as long as we don't play on the Friday Night Pint will always be on the Friday.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, it depends on what the situation is. I mean, we might be in Europe on a Friday, still coming back.
We might be fucking driving to Poland.
Yeah, exactly. So definitely will be a thing. So few comments on the old background. That what, I've just been looking into different ways to increase production values and things like that. I went and had a look at our new studio the other day, and it was done, and we was playing about with that. And so I'm excited to show everyone that you're going to be seeing a lot more high production. I will. Yeah, I'll send you one. It's not fully finished. It's not finished, but it's close. It's very close. It's built. It's got walls. There's a telly in there. There's furniture. There's a bar. There's a few little furnitures and fixtures. I've got to build the PC and all of that, and it's going to be ready to go. So hopefully, if Newcastle, we can't go Newcastle away, I might do the watch along for Newcastle from there, make it all nice and that. So
yeah, I want to change my background a bit. I want to move the photos back because I've got something up. Well, I've got to wait for it to get signed. I'm talking to someone at the moment, hoping to get it signed in the next couple of weeks. But I was lucky enough last season to get a Mark Noble match-worn shirt that he wore against Aston Villa at home, and it's something that I've always wanted. Obviously Noble, I love him to bits. He retires this year, so it's saying that I want to get it signed. I want to get it personally signed to me, so it's not for now. It's for on my wall once I get it all done. So yeah, I'm going to be having a move about of stuff on my wall as well. Update the background.
No, do it. Yeah, definitely go for it.
Bring back the Stormy tent, says Hammers Mikey. Yeah, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
So, what's this question you've left lingering up here? By the way,
yeah. So I think we're moving on to Ask Us Anything. I'm pretty sure. Unless
there you go.
There you go. If West Ham Fan TV was a movie, who would you want to play? You guys, please be realistic. That'd have to be that comedian.
Well, I know you're talking about. Does he act though? What's his bloody name? The one from Mock the Week.
Yeah, it'd have to be you.
Tom Allen.
What? No. Andy. It's Andy something, isn't it? Andy. That one. That. Andy something. Yeah, that one you're talking about. I don't know if he acts. I was going to say Jason Statham. I was being realistic. I thought we're being realistic. Yeah. Or The Rock.
That's what I'd say. If it's someone you wanted to play,
Andy Parsons.
Andy Parsons. That's it. Andy Parsons.
If it's someone you want to play, I'd probably say, yeah, I'd like Tom Hardy to play me, but I'd probably end up with someone like Danny DeVito or something like that.
Danny DeVito.
I think if you was to cast a film, I don't think Tom Hardy. You saying Tom Hardy is unrealistic.
Tom Hardy couldn't pull off Ryan Archer anyway. Well, he could if he wanted to. I'd let him, but yeah.
That tickled me, that one. Andy Parsons for you, Dan. But realistically, like a film actor, Kevin Spacey, I reckon can play you pretty well.
Kevin Spacey, he's like 30 years older than me, 40 years older. And a pedo. Yeah, but he's not going to play what, just because he's a pedo, don't mean you know what I mean?
No.
It's acting, isn't
it? If he had a fat suit, I reckon Jason Statham could play me.
I'll leave off. I had Jason Statham earlier. I think he'd be.
Look at the baldies arguing over Jason Statham. Go on.
It's the only famous balding person I know.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah, I'm trying
to. I reckon I'm closer to Jason Statham than you are. But it has to be. Obviously, I'm not like ripped up like fucking Jason Statham.
Scott would be Janosch from Ghostbusters 2.
Janosch from Ghostbusters 2.
And Graham would be Jim's dad in American Pie.
100%.
I want that film to happen now. I think that'd be the bollocks. What would be the storyline? I'll tell you what the storyline.
Eugene Levy.
Getting Nicky home from Poland.
Oh, bloody hell. That is Someone
said, right, said Fred more like Phil and Grant for you two.
Fuck you.
Phil and Grant.
Bruce Willis.
I'm taking
Willis.
Grant.
There you go, Dan.
Bruce Willis. Yeah. Bruce Willis. I'm trying to think. There's an actor. Maybe, who's seen Coming to America? We've all seen Coming to America.
Yeah.
Do you remember the guy Louis?
America, you joking?
Do you remember McDowell's, the other guy who works in McDowell's? Right, the white guy. If he shaved his head, that he could play Nicky. Louis.
Fuck
you must remember.
He's coming Grossberger.
Who's Grossberger?
From the Wanderers, the film The Wanderers. No, the big one.
Because you look like
bald-headed one. He was. I'll tell you, who was as well. You seen The Running Man, right? With Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He was Dynamo.
Mini-me.
Oh,
fucking hell.
So I look like Alf Garnett. Alf Garnett. How do I look like?
I'll tell you, you could play Dan. I'll tell you, you could play Dan now, right? And tell me this ain't a good one, right? Tell me this ain't a good one. I'm going back a few years now, back 20 years, right? He started. I don't know how this happened, but he started breaking into films, right?
Yeah.
But Luke Goss, who was in Blade 2, I believe.
Yes, from Bros, and he started acting.
Bros,
he went into acting. Yeah, I can see that. If you
he could be like a little Ben Kingsley.
Yeah,
Ben Kingsley. Yeah. Ben Kingsley's old as well. These old actors. No, you might as well say Patrick Stewart while you're at it.
Hal B says, Ryan, that background is fire. Is it green screen? Prove to him it's not green screen, right? Pick up the ball.
What one? Who said that?
Somebody just said that.
It was a green screen.
Now smash the picture.
Just start smashing it up. I've got Bobby Moore one down there as well. I think Ryan is a dead ringer for Lucas Dinger. Any of the Everton left back?
Yeah, he faced for Everton, didn't he?
Let me Google. You can still see me, but I'm Googling. Let me fucking Google that. Lucas Dinger. I can't remember what who Ali the fucking Quest. Oh, fucking hell. Nah, I don't look like him.
I honestly.
Terror's from the Wanderers. It was Terror, not Grossberger. Grossberger was in Stir Crazy. I think it's the same geezer. I'm sure it's the same geezer.
I think The Rock could play me, to be honest.
The Rock?
You know what I mean? The Rock. He's bald. He sometimes has a bit of facial hair going on.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, he's an actor. He's an actor.
Carsten Yanker, ringer for Nicky. Who's Carsten Yanker? Search that for me.
Yeah, do you know what? I'd be very interested if they ever made a film about West Ham fans. I don't know why they would. In fact, I might make one. One day.
If I know, one of us might go on a fucking killing spree or something.
Within the space of 4 comments, I've gone from the Everton left back to Aaron Creswell to Rick Ashley.
You're closer to Rick Astley than Aaron Creswell. Rick Astley.
Nah, Carsten Yanker don't look nothing like me. No way.
Oh my gosh.
Let's take some more questions.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Ex-Germany striker. Yeah, I remember him now.
Danny Murphy. Okay, now. Yeah. So, would you take Trossard? Would you sign Trossard to West Ham United?
I don't know.
It depends. Obviously, it depends on. To me, it depends on the price. A lot of the time, isn't it?
Bulk and Skull.
That's you and Scott. I mean, you and Scott would be Bulk.
You.
Yeah, you'd be Bulk. You'd be Skull.
I ain't heard that name in fucking years, man.
Oh my god, from Power Rangers.
Bulk and Skull, man.
Bulk and Skull.
Oh no, do you know what? I was Bulk and Skull from Power Rangers. I was thinking the fucking from the Turtles. What are their name? Reese Rocksteady or something.
Oh my! Right, I got to get this up because this could be. I don't know. Let me know if you think either Scott or Nicky or Ryan and Nicky. Share screen. Hold on, I'm navigating around my camera here. Someone else had it's a new camera. It's a new camera and a new lens. Right, here we go.
I see him on ESPN. While Dan's doing that, I think we should plug Friday Night Pint Live.
Here we are.
Yeah,
Where'd you at? That's Nicky, obviously. But is that Ryan or is it Scott?
That looks like was that us at the beach?
You know what?
Are you sure that's Bulk and Skull?
You say that, Dan. Nicky had that jacket, but it was a bit longer.
He
did, man. He had that jacket.
That looks like a picture. That looks like a picture of us from the beach.
You know what? Hang on, I'm gonna fucking.
Someone's got to do a Photoshop.
Where is it?
I honestly think that's you two.
I reckon that was from the beak.
Oh man.
That's us singing words up on the karaoke, right?
No matter what.
Ben reckons it's Nicky and Scott.
Could be Scott.
That's perfect. You guys have got to go as that. The rest of us can go as the Power Rangers. You guys can go as Bulk and Skull.
Which bird? What the fuck? Which bird has the worst manners? Fucking crow. That was loud. I don't like crows. I really don't.
Oh,
yeah, they're proper rude little fuckers. Oh, I can't find it, man.
Oh shit! Mockingbirds. Oh, he had the punchline. That was a joke.
That was Nicky on his prom night.
That looks like. How can you say that's not bloody Bulk and Skull? Look at him. He's Bulk. There, the face is. Nicky should be played by Minty from EastEnders.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can see that. That's a great show. That is a great show.
No, he's never been in films though. Nicky, you're bringing out the.
He has been in films. He has been in films. He was in a film with
Regent
from EastEnders.
No, he was in The Man Who Knew Too Little with Bill
Kenwright.
No, it's Ghostbusters.
Murray?
Yes. Bill Murray.
What, you're telling me Bill Murray and Minty from EastEnders have met? Hello?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you, Bill Murray, Minty was one of the henchmen. He was a Russian henchman. He was out to get, and he was working for Victor. What's Victor? The guy who plays Victor Meldrew. He was the villain in it. Really amazing film. The Man Who Knew Too Little. I recommend everyone watching it. It's fucking funny. It's all set in London.
All right, I'm gonna have a look at that. I like
one of my
films.
One of my favorite films of all time. Like he thinks he's in a he thinks his brother has paid for him to be in this like spy scenario thing, but he gets swept up in a real spy thing, and people think he's legit, and he thinks it's all part of the act.
Oh, do you know what? I think I've seen a bit of that on Sky once.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing film. So
I watched a bad Bill Murray film the other day, which is
not many of them are that.
No, The Dead Don't Die or something, or The Dead Won't Die or something like that. Awful film, awful, and there's some. Yeah, it's really bad.
I've never heard of it.
No,
Nick, you said about us in Outside the Beak. I found a picture of you outside the Beak in your jacket.
What?
That's not me, Dan. He's photoshopped it.
Yeah, no, look, that's Nicky outside the Beak with his long leather jacket on. That's when they chucked him out.
He's photoshopped it.
I'm like crows.
Jeez.
Oh.
Yeah, Yeah, it was bad, man. Bad. It's like a zombie film.
He was great in that Zombie Land. He was in Zombie Land, wasn't he?
He was in Zombie Land. No, but I'm not talking about Zombie. This is a new film. It's called The Dead Won't Die or something like that. It's a zombie film, and he's in it, and Kylo Ren. What was his name?
Oh,
Adam Driver.
Yeah,
he was in it. It's bad, really bad.
That Batista zombie movie was crap as well. What's that? What was that called on Netflix?
Oh, the Las Vegas one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind that. I thought it was all right.
I had to turn it off because it was just...
I thought that was all right, actually. Army of the Dead.
It was just long. Yeah, I turned it off. So, you know what I mean? Wasn't a fan. Wait.
Candyman said, I've seen it. It was painful. Were you talking about my one or his one?
I think he's talking about...
I thought Army of the Dead was all right.
I think zombie films went downhill when Cockneys versus Zombies come out.
That's right.
Do you know what? I've been getting
where the genre went.
Since my film's been on Netflix, I've been getting a few messages from people saying they're going to watch it. So
is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix must be bloody desperate for content.
You go and watch my movie out on Netflix now. Oh, Matthew Rainey liked it. Well,
what's that?
What's your favourite Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor film? Stir Crazy, I've seen no evil, hear no evil.
Hear no evil, see no evil is fucking...
Stir Crazy. I thought Stir Crazy was good, but
yeah,
there was another one as well, wasn't there?
There was another one. What was the other one? The third one. They definitely did three together. I like Stir Crazy.
I'll be honest with you. See no evil, hear no evil was fucking classic.
I'll go for that one. They're both classic, but that one just makes me laugh. Some of the things that they come out with in that film is fucking hilarious.
Now I need to check.
Do you know what bit makes me laugh? You know when they're trying to have the photograph done.
Yeah,
trying to tell him, and then she starts shouting, "Was there or wasn't there a woman?" And he looks at him and he goes, "Fuzzy was a woman."
Yeah, that's brilliant. Brilliant.
Silver Streak, that was the other one. It was on a train. But no, I like, yeah. I'm staying Stir Crazy on that.
Sorry. Fuzzy was a woman. Oh God. Anyway. Take some more questions.
No, someone said
Ben's just saying that he watched Jaws the other night. Great film. Do you know what? I see Jaws. I was watching a bit of Jaws as well. Do you know what? That shark looks so moody now. But you go back to the 70s, that was like proper, like it looked a lot better. But now it looks so fake. It's fucking
I haven't seen it in years.
Classic film.
Ryan nearly fell off of a boat.
Boat?
Yeah, when Jaws came up, when you went to
Florida. Fucking Florida on the Jaws ride, when fuckers he comes out and like he gets electrocuted, and then as you're pulling in, the bloke on the boat's going, "Thank you for riding the Jaws ride." And all of a sudden, the little fucking shark comes flying out again, all electrocuted. It made me jump, and I slipped, and my leg went under the fucking rail. I thought it was real. I got straight off that ride, man. Fucking. I'm glad that ride's shut now.
You know what I mean? You could have shit yourself, like hurt yourself, you could have injured yourself.
I think I did, but I loved it.
You shit yourself.
What if you twisted your ankle or something?
Oh, the Jaws done it.
Yeah, it'd have had a story. Porkies or American Pie? I've got to say American Pie on this one.
That's a tough one because I love Porkies, but American Pie just reminds me of like when we went to the cinema to see it, and it was like our updated version of Porky's, wasn't it? But Porky's is a brilliant film. Brilliant.
Do you remember there was two versions of American Pie? There was one where he shags the pie on the table, and then one where he shags the pie up against the door.
Yeah, the uncut one, wasn't it?
I don't know why that was, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know what's the difference is between which position he does the pie with. But it got silly in the end, didn't it? With when they started making all the American Pie reunion
spin-offs.
And
the
wedding.
They made it a franchise.
And the spin-offs as well. Yeah, I didn't mind the second one. I thought the second one was all right, actually.
Muff's just saying he's got tickets for the live show. Are there any pubs around the area for a couple of beers before? There's a couple of decent pubs around there, mate. You've got the Inn on the Green on the corner right next to the venue, or you've got the Courtyard just down the road, and I think there's another one, the Railway, I think it is. But yeah, there's free boozers right there on top of the venue, so plenty of choice. Sport for choice round here.
Nice.
Is that Denny? Right,
Nice.
let me go. Yeah, I say American Pie just because it reminds me of.
And you watch it; it's very nostalgic now. That '90s sort of vibe in it. In the sound.
Who was your childhood killer? Michael Myers, Halloween, 1978.
Fred West, wasn't
it? Obviously in the movies. I've got to say, the one I remember from when I was little, and I've probably seen the most of, because my dad was into it and all of that sort of thing. And he had a doll. I'll tell you about it in a minute. Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, Freddy
Krueger. What I remember.
Or that little shit Chucky. I've got a Chucky doll. He's in the garage. Yeah. My missus won't have him in the house. Isn't it bollocks? Things like that. You can get a divorce over things like that. I want him in here.
Yeah, there was a lot of because my nan and granddad used to always have horror films on when I was round, and it was Chucky, and I used to watch them all like that. So the first sort of horror film that I watched and could really get into was Scream, because all the others I used to watch like that and didn't really get into, but I really liked Scream. So the Scream.
I've still got Nicky's fucking Scream 3 on pirate video.
Yeah, I bought it out Friday night market.
I'll give that back to you at Friday Night Live.
Cheers, mate. Thank you. And my Euro 96 fucking 4-1 Holland and my David Beckham book, please.
Fuck knows where that is, mate.
Richard B says, if you see the robot at the end, the RoboCop hasn't aged well. Now, I think stop motion has got a place in cinema.
Yeah,
I don't
it's like you see Jason and the Argonauts and films like that. They use stop motion, and you watch it now. And
because the thing is, mate, like what you've got to remember about that stop motion like that is that it took so much effort, even more effort than making it on the computer. It took so much effort to do it. And I think you've got to respect it, because at the time, obviously, CGI, it's so easy now. Like you see, like most of these films, like you see like Avengers and the Matrix and what's the other, Harry Potter and all that. Most films now are all filmed on green screens. You know, these were on locations and people were animating these things like to make them work. I think you've got to respect that work, in my opinion. Like, it might not age well, it might not look the most realistic, but it looks the most realistic as you'll ever get out of someone moving a bit of plasticine about. That's what I would say. So, yeah. I think it hasn't aged well, but I think I respect that. I respect it probably more than fucking CGI, to be honest.
I think it works a little bit better for RoboCop than it might do if done in some of the other films, just because of it's supposed to be robotic. It's supposed to move awkward anyway.
Yeah, I liked it in the old day, like in the old. What was the films when he fought Medusa and all of that sort of thing?
Jason and the Argonauts and Clash of the Titans, yeah,
and all of that sort of thing. But you know, like they used to do things like that. But when there was a big like dinosaur, they used to put like a magnified lizard on there. It was just a lizard, like a little salamander or something. But they used to make it massive. It's like, oh, quick, run! It's a dragon.
But that's what's so great.
yeah.
But I thought that's what was so great about Star Wars and what George Lucas did is we used the use of practical effects, and the ships, everything would be real, and they're building real sets and people in costumes as aliens and all of that, like using proper effects before the CGI, and they sort of are trying to bring that back, I think.
Look at lighting from films of the 40s, amazing. Like that, that noir look, I like it. But
yeah, oh yeah, there's some quality stuff. Yeah, I like a lot of older films, But
anyone live on Elm Street? There is an Elm Street somewhere, but I can't remember where it was.
Would you buy an house on Elm Street, or would you be a bit cautious just in case?
Nah, fuck it. Yeah, of course I would.
What's your favourite thing you own and why?
That's weird. That's a tough question, isn't it? I mean, I'm loving this camera right now. I'm loving this new camera right now. It's the camera because it's beautiful. or it could be my computer, but I don't really have one thing that's like I'm sentimental over like that. So either the camera or the computer.
Trying to think. What's your favourite thing you own? Don't know. Obviously, I've got some nice memorabilia in that. Probably my Mike Tyson shorts. I'd say them. That's my pride. And I could say me, yeah, Bobby Morphy. I'm going to say me house. I'm going to say me house. I'll come me house.
Favorite thing I own and why?
It's a tough question, isn't it?
Yeah,
right. Tough question. Oh yeah, I didn't even think why, but yeah, I mean, with stuff like the camera, I love cameras. I love, what you can do with them, and like I said, being able to be on here now and have this quality and stuff like that. It's love it. I love it. So that's why.
And our new microphones. Yeah, I love them.
What, the microphones or the foam covers?
No, the microphones themselves. The foam covers, I'm not that keen on, as you know.
Oh yeah.
But the microphones, yes, I love them.
It's tough. I wish I had like a real heartwarming answer of something sentimental, like this old thing that's been in my family generations. I don't have anything like that. Sorry.
I've never had sort of like when I was growing up, everything wasn't built to last anymore. It was like the start of like the old plastic shit, and the stuff that deteriorates. But I don't know.
I'll tell you.
I don't know.
My I don't know if I sent this to you the other day. Where is it? My mum was clearing out the loft, and she found a load of my old wrestlers.
Oh, those ones.
Bring around.
Yeah.
Put them in a ring. We'll have a Royal Rumble. You shake up the ring, and whoever falls out.
I don't know. You can't see it, but Roddy ain't got a nose, so I don't know what happened in that Royal Rumble.
Maybe he had a Royal Rumble with Tyson.
But was you going to read this comment?
Can't wait. Tamlin McCann says, can't wait for the 13th of August. You're coming to my neck of the woods. My husband and I will buy you guys a pint as we have our tickets. Well, we'll buy you a pint first, Tamlin, but thank you very much for getting your tickets. We really appreciate it.
You know what?
We are really looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah, definitely. And do you know what? I told you I've done that podcast. I've done it a couple of times with the Pretty Bubbles podcast. Great bunch of lads. They're all coming down. And funny enough, when I was outside my house earlier, James, who's on it, walked past and he was walking his dog. And it's the first time I've ever met him. Like, he tweeted me the other day saying he thought he'd seen me round here driving about. But he walked past earlier and we had a good chat. And they're all coming down on the night. So they've all got their tickets. So it'd be good. It'd be good to meet. Like, obviously, I've met a few of them at the pub during the Euros, but obviously it'd be good for you boys to meet them as well. They're a great bunch of lads. Proper West Ham.
Yeah,
good stuff. I massively disagree with this comment. Godfather 2, Godfather 1. I thought Godfather. You agree? I thought Godfather 2, it just got a bit long-winded, and it was just.
I thought it was a better film.
I
love Godfather, but Godfather.
I don't think I've ever seen Godfather 2.
Really? That's the one in Vegas, isn't it? It's in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Godfather 3 is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It is an absolute travesty of a film.
What one's 3?
3 is the one where he's a bit old now, Michael. He's a bit older, and it's everything's really yellow. The whole presentation looks yellow on it, and I can't remember too much of what's they're trying to kill him. They're trying to assassinate him.
Oh yeah. No, I like 2. 2 was better. 2 was a better film.
Yeah, 3 was the worst.
Do your best Godfather impression.
Do your best.
I just read that comment that come up there. It made me laugh. Nicky and Dan are definitely the bushwhackers.
Someone's just sent me something. I need to.
I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse.
Can you see
that? Oh, fuck off. Get it off the screen right now.
Someone's done you and Ryan as Bulk and Skull.
Look at my face.
I thought it was Russ from Miami's 11 for a second when I first opened it.
Well, speaking of Russ, he'd be there on the night as well. He'd be
Yeah.
Top guy is Russ.
Gavin O'Flynn says Terminator 2 over Terminator 1. I agree with that as well.
Yeah. Turtles 2 over Turtles number 1, I would say as well.
Crap.
Secret of the Eve. What? What are you talking about? Turtles? No, wait. Turtles 1 and 2 were great. Turtles, when they go back to feudal Japan, was crap. But
that is a fucking tough question. That is a tough question. I think they was all brilliant in their eras.
Do you know what? I loved the first Batman with Michael Keaton. I thought he was the best Batman. But now when I look back on Jack Nicholson, he sort of made it his own. But in terms of a Joker, he weren't really a great Joker. He was just kind of Jack Nicholson with Joker.
I think Heath Ledger's performance was unreal. But then Joaquin Phoenix was brilliant as well in the Joker. So it's hard to split them.
We did as when he says best Joker, I don't think we get to see Joaquin Phoenix enough as the Joker. Nicholson, I thought he went for like the gangstery. He went for a bit Nicholson. I thought Ledger was the one who most transformed himself into trying to be a character like the Joker.
I'm going to be fair to Nicholson as well, right? Because when you look at Ledger's Joker compared to Nicholson's Joker and the style of films. Now, the style of film, the first one was trying to be comic book and cartoony, and he only had sort of like the Joker from the TV series to sort of draw inspiration from.
Yeah, but he didn't draw inspiration. He just made it like himself. He was like playing Jack Nicholson a bit.
I disagree. You know? Well, that's Jack Nicholson. But I think if you're going to pick someone to be the Joker, it's Jack Nicholson. I thought it was perfect.
What? No, they could have got Robin Williams. I thought would have been a great choice.
He would have been a better Riddler.
I think Jim Carrey. Well, Jim Carrey was the Riddler, wasn't he? Jim Carrey would have been a great Joker in the 90s, but I thought Robin Williams could have been a better. I think would have been a better Joker than Nicholson.
No, I like the Joker, but Ledger's one was set in a film that was more realistic, if that makes sense.
And I'm not a big fan of the Nolan films. I thought that was a good film, but I like Christian Bale, but not as Batman. I thought he was not a good Batman at all.
I always hate Batman's voice. I always think they fuck up his voice.
Yeah, he always sounds like
where is he?
Yeah, he always sounds like he needs a good cough suite or something.
Yeah, but Michael Keaton, like a lot of the 90s Batman didn't put on a voice. You know, it seems to be like a recent trend of like we need to have a bat voice because I guess the thinking was, they'll talk and they go, oh wait, you sound like Bruce Wayne, but like just you know what I mean?
Hold on a minute.
Yeah, but like doing this stupid voice, just get a voice changer or something. I think Ben Affleck done it the best because he actually had.
Yeah, but fucking hell, Dan, Superman only used to take Clark Kent only used to take his glasses off and no one recognised him.
Yeah, he used to brush his head obviously away.
Yeah, you got
his glasses off, brush his head up by him and go, "Where's Clark Kent gone?"
You've got to suspend.
I liked it in Superman too, when he took his glasses off when he burnt his head. I knew it.
I love Superman 3 when he has a drink and he starts flicking peanuts and smashing everything up. I like the drunk Superman. I thought he was the best one.
You got to be able to suspend disbelief with that, innit? Did you notice no one said Jared Leto on that? And that's because and I don't really blame him, but his Joker was terrible.
I'm not a massive Jared Leto fan, if I'm honest.
I think he's a good actor. Right. But I think that Suicide Squad film was crap anyway, and he was sort of caught up.
There's a new one coming out.
Yeah, there is. I think they've gone a whole different direction in that. Dan said Ben Affleck was a good Batman. I'm telling you, he was a good Batman. He looks the most like he looked better than in the suit than Bale did. He had the square jaw and he had I thought he was a better Batman than Bale.
What's your favourite porn genre?
Why would you put that up? It's a family show.
Belgian.
We'll tell you at Friday Night Pint Live.
Jeez. Belgian.
Graham can react some scenes for you. That's a good one.
I was just reading that.
I haven't seen Space Jam 2 yet, but I was watching Space Jam 1 last week.
Yeah.
I love
Space Jam 1. I like Space Jam 1. I don't think it will have a bit of the sort of magic that Space Jam 1 had. And I think when I looked at the trailer, I thought it looked a little bit, I don't know, there was just something off about it.
I'm going to be honest, right? I've never seen Space Jam.
What? Nah, you got to correct that. You got to.
No, I've never seen it. I remember, I believe I could fly.
I was watching Space Jam the other day, right? And I never, first time I've seen it in years, and I never realised how shit at baseball Michael Jordan was. No wonder he didn't make it as a career. I just love Bill Murray in it. Bill Murray's the hero in that.
Oh, he's amazing in it. Yeah, he's trying to. Bill Murray wants to join the NBA. He wants Michael Jordan to get him in the NBA in the film, and he's great.
Who's the big bloke in it?
The big bloke. He was in Jurassic Park, wasn't he?
Park, yeah.
He's that guy. He's in stuff. Yeah, Nick, you got to go and watch it. You got to go and watch that. You got to watch it online or something. Space Jam. It's a good crack. It's a good laugh. Do you know what I mean? For a film, I watched it again recently, actually, and I enjoyed it.
Jamie will love that, Nick.
Yeah, get him.
Yeah, he wants to see the new one.
Yeah, watch the first one.
He's got to watch the first one first. Otherwise, he won't know what's going on.
No, so I might sit down and watch it with him. So, because it's the first time I would have seen it.
Yeah, watch it. No, watch it. Definitely watch it. But I'm surprised. And you know what would be? Imagine if we did something like that in this country and they got like fucking Harry Kane or something to be in like a football version of Space Jam with all the cartoons.
Imagine Harry Kane in a film.
I'll tell you what, just going back to football, just quickly, Harry Kane apparently done deal for 160 million to City, 400 grand a week.
Yeah, that's obscene. I know he's an amazing player, but come on.
Thing that the surprising thing that come out of that as well is that Son signed a new deal for Spurs today, which I'm a bit surprised at. So
maybe that's where some of the money's
gone. Lined up, mate.
Yeah,
probably.
Unless imagine how massive it'd be if Harry Kane turned around and signed a new deal for Spurs.
Yeah.
I, mean, I can't see that happening, but and to be fair, I hope he doesn't.
Yeah. I think it would be a great signing for Man City, and I think if they get him, I think the league's probably theirs next season. But 160 million, they could have got Haaland for like 150. You know, who's a lot younger, who hasn't got the injuries.
I'm actually surprised that Haaland isn't linked with City because obviously his dad is a City. Well, I wouldn't say a City legend, but he obviously played for City, and I'm surprised that they haven't been linked with him. But if they want to go down the British route with Harry Kane, then yeah, I can definitely see that working. But 400 grand a week's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a lot. What is he on now? Isn't he on something like 200? Isn't it?
But then again, someone's just said there that Aubameyang's on 380 grand a week.
Yeah,
I've heard that before.
Yeah. Yeah, he got a new deal in it because he signed the contract and then he just went off the boil, didn't he? Like,
right, that was
Willian's on over 200 grand a week. Willian, full players. That tells you everything.
Fucking mental. Really terrible.
Rate in terrible in his office. Rate the Cornetto trilogy: Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, or World's End.
You two will have to do this because I haven't seen any of them.
I'm gonna say Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead, World's End. I think I've got all three of them.
I think that goes in order. The order he's put it in his mind.
Really, I like all of the films. It's something about Hot Fuzz. I think
he's good. I like Hot Fuzz. It's a really good film.
Brilliant. Have you seen none of them, Ryan?
Do you know what? I think I've Shaun of the Dead. I think I've seen World's End. I haven't. I definitely know I haven't seen that. Hot Fuzz, is that the one when they're in the caravan or something? Or is that
that's Paul. That's Paul. Hot Fuzz is the one where
is that the policeman one?
The police, they're in this little old town and that.
I think I have seen that one.
That's a brilliant film. And you got Timothy Dalton is in it, and I think he's brilliant in that.
I do sort of remember it. I haven't seen it recently. I couldn't tell you like the storyline and that, but I do remember it. But
yeah, I can watch it. Yeah, great. Yeah, all really, really funny films. So hopefully
people were right upset with me when I said that. Sorry.
Well,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask you a question just for you, just so because you couldn't answer that one. Sexy Beast or Love, Honor and Obey?
Love Her and Obey.
Yeah,
but both brilliant films. But Love Her and Obey, man, I love that film.
or The Business.
Another great film. I like British films. I just like British films.
They're British films.
Oh, yeah, all three of them are British films, man.
Yeah, but I've got to put them in order.
No. I'm talking about the ones that they asked us initially. They're all British films. But
no, I'm just saying. Yeah, go on,
put them in order then. Go on, put them in order.
Love Her and Obey, Sexy Beast, and The Business. Sexy, but no, I don't know. Sexy. I just love the humour in Love Her and Obey because it's typical like London humour. It's not even meant to be a comedy, but it's just all off script, and it's it's a good film.
Yeah, I think The Business ends like at the end. It starts to get a bit funny at the end, and I like. I thought Sexy Beast, Ben Kingsley as my lookalike.
Ben Kingsley was brilliant in that film when he was having the shave in it's brilliant acting.
Yeah, he's unbelievable in that film.
Love Her and Obey for me though is just some of the things they come out, and even now, Nick, like
I know.
We used to quote lines from that film, and we still do it now. I spoke to my mate the other day. And the first thing when he answered the phone, he went, "Ray!" like that. Fucking hell.
We always say it now. Every time someone like, when it goes a bit of like bit of dead air, someone will always go, "Yeah, my Kathy always says that."
Yeah, my Kathy always says that.
Someone said the Firm original or remake. I thought
original.
Gary Oldman in the original is he's Gary Oldman is class in that. He's class.
Mate, there's nothing like watching some geezer in a Sierra Cosworth driving around a fucking football field.
I love it because Jim McDonald's in it. That's a brilliant film, The Firm. Did you see have you ever seen The Hooligan Factory when it takes the piss out of it? It's like a spoof film.
I haven't seen it because a lot of that came out when like all the shit the Scary Movie and all of them afterwards came on, like Epic Movie and all that started coming out.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's all right to watch like as a one-off, but it just makes me laugh like how they take the piss out of all the English football hooligan films and that.
Bloody yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I have to check out if it's good. I just lumped it because a lot of new spoof films were just shit.
I actually, you know what? I entered when that come out. I entered a competition on Twitter. You know, when you retweet something, I actually won a signed movie poster from that, and I found it when I was moving. It's still upstairs in the thing. So
put it on your wall as in place.
It's signed by the whole cast, like Nick Naveen, is it? And I can't remember who else was in it. The bloke from Green Street was in it, wasn't it? No, not Green Street. What's the fucking film? Was it Green? Yeah, it was Green Street. Bother. The one that grassed them up to Millwall.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's in it. No, is Green Street, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Bloody, I didn't know about this. A Lock Stock TV series. Is this new?
Yeah. No, they filmed that around Canning Town.
Weren't Thingy in that? Harry Potter's ginger mate.
Oh, Ron Weasley or something.
Yeah,
I didn't know. It didn't last. It didn't last. So it didn't do well.
It wasn't that
in the film was bad. Yeah, you could see it's not gonna.
They done a TV series of something, and Ron Weasley was in it, but I can't remember whether it was Lock, Stock or what.
I can't imagine. I can't picture him in that. But I mean, he's an actor, so maybe he could just transfer it. It wouldn't be someone I'd think.
He's done something. I'm gonna Google it. Fuck it.
Says Jackass or Dirty Sanchez.
You know what? Funny enough, I sent Nicky the trailer. Have you seen the new trailer for the new Jackass film coming out?
I haven't actually. I haven't seen the new trailer.
It looks brilliant, man. It takes you back.
They kicked that Bam Margera out of it.
He looks old now, though, mate.
Yeah, but
Johnny.
What makes me laugh though is Steve-O's got like proper he's had all his teeth done, isn't he? And I don't think obviously he don't drink no more, does he? And all that. So but it looked quite good. The trailer looked good. I wouldn't go cinema to see it. I'd put it on my fire stick or something. But
see, I remember obviously Jackass came out first, and they was doing their thing. And I remember when Dirty Sanchez came out, which is all the Welsh lads, and they like took it to a whole new extreme level with the stuff they were doing, like nailing their fucking dicks to wooden planks, jumping in stinging nettles, and they was like, it was literally like Jackass on crack or something. Yeah, it was the whole new, so it for that type of thing, if you're watching it for that sort of car crash telly, for me it was Dirty Sanchez. If you're trying to get that, because you're seeing people do the most outlandish stuff, where sometimes Jackass you're just seeing them, you know, in the street, geezers in a thong in a supermarket type of thing. So
I don't know, it got pretty bad in the end in the films, to be fair.
Yeah, I think I've only seen 1 or 2 of the Jackass films. But
Johnny Knoxville.
Yeah. So that's
right, we need to start wrapping this up.
Yeah, this is the last question of the night then before we Monty Python, Mr. Bean or Benny Hill.
Monty Python all day long, every day, twice.
Mr. Bean for me.
Mr. Bean, listen, is brilliant for what he did for being international and all of that, and crossing language barriers. But like Monty Python is
Monty Python was
fine,
funny,
fine dining. It's
Mr. Bean. I watched more of Mr. Bean.
I really like the Monty Python films, but the comedy series I weren't that keen on. I just thought it's a bit too strange.
Yeah, but there's the jokes. It's very subversive, and like how they do it. It was silly, but there was a message under the silliness, and it was a point.
I do understand that, but
Mr. Bean was just so silly. It was funny. I like the one when he went on holiday and he was cutting all his clothes up to put them in a smaller suitcase, and then he found the bigger suitcase and put the smaller suitcase in the big suitcase. It's just things like that. And he's
the best Mr. Bean one. The best Mr. Bean one was the one where he's making a sandwich.
Really?
What about the one when he goes in the restaurant and he don't like the food and he starts hiding it in people's handbags and things like that? And then when the waiter comes over, he goes,
Yeah, there's so many. I used to have them on video, the video collection of Mr. Bean, and there's so many good ones. I haven't seen any Benny Hill. The only Benny Hill I've ever seen was the songs. Obviously, he done that Ernie, and he done what's that? Yeah, that, and then didn't he do the?
No, he never done that, but that came.
That was Benny Hill.
Yeah, it was Benny Hill. Yeah, but he never made it.
Well, I didn't say no. He was that, but that was he did the video where he was running around, wasn't it? That was part of his.
Liam said there, Mr. Bean at the dentist. I think he played the dentist, didn't he? Richard Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Richard Wilson. That's what I was thinking of. That he's in the film with Bill Murray.
He was doing his own teeth, wasn't he? And then the graph flipped over, and he ended up doing the bottom ones as well. He's it's hilarious. I'm gonna go and watch Mr. Bean after this, I think.
Yeah, they had some people in there, didn't he? Like you look and you go, oh, like when you watch it now, you go, oh, he's in it and he's in it, and yeah,
Mr. Bean ruining a $50 million painting.
It's a picture of Whistler's mother.
Oh, that's the one with Scott in it, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that bit, man. What is this?
The film was great. I never did see the one after that.
Whistler's mother.
I like it when he goes on the ride, didn't it? And he makes it go faster. And he goes,
go get another ticket.
Oh, it's brilliant. Oh,
you can't beat it. Classic comedies. They don't make them like that anymore.
Right. I think we should do one more plug of Friday Night Pint Live and then call it a night.
Oh, yeah. My battery's about to die as well. So on my camera.
But yeah. Tickets are still description below. Get your tickets. There's a few gone tonight, which is good. Still got 3 weeks to go, but I think this will by probably next week. I think we'll have sold out most of the allocation, and so don't wait till the last minute. Get them now.
Yep, and we will see you there.
Don't forget. What about sunrise? Keep your plastic tickets. One thing left to say, boys.
Where's your tit?
Come on, you eyes. Can you see?